Hi guys, I see that we've got some people following, so I want to say thank you to those of you who are doing so. Let me know where you're from, and I very, very much appreciate everybody who's doing so and everybody who's with me right now. Let's see who's with. Hiya there, Lar. Hi, Agu. Who else is with us? Hiya, Cloud. Where are you guys all from? I have a feeling you may be from Orslak because I see that he's currently on. Are you guys from him? Unless you're from somebody else. Let me know. Hi, Javel. Hi, Javel. Oh, goodness. I really, really wish I could say good things, Jav. I really do. Hiya, baby. I really wish I had some good news for you, but I don't. And that really sucks. Hi, Caesar. Hi, Anne. Welcome, everybody from Orslak. Welcome, everybody from Spain. Welcome, Kokin. Thank you, thank you. Hiya, Grim. Yeah, I know. I look pretty bad, right? I could tell by that. Hiya, Odd. Hiya, Green. I know. Hiya, Lewis. How about first I say hi to everybody? Hiya, Juan. Hiya. Thank you. Hiya, Mister. We'll do lots of talking and I'll let everybody know everything that's going on. Let's see who else wants to say hi first. Hiya, Meph. Hi there, Andreas. Hiya, Mark. Hi, Matt. Beep chirp. Wow, long time no see, Beep. Welcome, everybody. Hola. Hi, Audu. Hi, It's. Hi, CB. Hi, Carlo. Hi, Lamb. Hi, Mark. Hi, Kerr. Hi, Brace. Hi, everybody. So I was really hoping last time we streamed, which was, hi, Robbie. Hi, Riot. Last time we streamed, I really hope that the next time around, because, I've been doing, welcome everybody, I've been doing this once a week for the most part on Tuesday. I'll tell you, it's, hi, Matt. Once a week, to give you guys updates on everything. Hiya, Gigi. So last time, it seems like it's been a really long time since I've spoken to you guys. Lots and lots of stuff has happened. And I was hoping that I'd have much better news than I do. And it really hurts my heart to not be able to come on with a smile on my face and share some positivity with you, because our stream has always been that, for the most part, of good vibes and good feels and positivity. Today marks 5 weeks, or is it 6 weeks? I think it's 6 weeks. I'm starting to lose count, that Bernie first got sick. Now I gotta check it. Now it's bothering me. Give me a second. I gotta check these weeks. When I don't know what I'm talking about, it doesn't make me feel too good. So let's see. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, 6 weeks today. 6 weeks. Last week was 5 weeks. Okay. So 6 weeks today. We told you that he was in bad shape, and we were really hoping and praying, most of all praying, that over time things would improve after he had the first surgery in the heart. And then it was all downhill really bad. 2 weekends ago, he was back in the hospital with very bad stomach pains and has an infection in the stomach. They started him on all these antibiotics. He finished the antibiotics today. But lots of stuff has been happening that's, really very, very concerning to us. This morning was very scary. because we have a flight of steps to go upstairs to our bedroom. And it's not a very big flight, maybe, I don't know, 15 steps altogether. And he got very, very short of breath. And his heart rate started to feel like it was going to pop out of his chest. And that's not a good sign. That's a sign that your heart's got weakness. It's a sign that you need more oxygen. It's a sign of, big time problems. And we have scheduled another surgery for November 10th, as all of you know. But with him having these really bad feels, I said, this isn't good, because this was the first time that he actually felt short of breath. He actually felt like he needed more oxygen and more air. And what really sucks is that he's not so smart all the time. He's smart with this, but not so smart with common sense all the time, that he didn't tell me that right away. Because if he would have told me that right away, I would have taken his blood pressure, I would have taken his pulse, I would have taken his heart rate, I would have monitored his saturation to see what was going on. So after he came back upstairs, he just laid down, and that's pretty much as much as he's been able to do for the most part. He'll, take a couple of steps outside, and then after a few minutes get really weak and really tired and feel like he can't do anymore and kind of really poop out. Hiya, Jock. So he didn't tell me, and then he just laid in the bed. And I looked at him and I was like, are you okay? And maybe nowadays I ask him if he's okay on an average of 100 times a day on a good day. And he said no. And when he says no, we're in trouble, because he very much likes to not admit the truth all the time when it comes to how he's feeling. He likes to kind of, not wipe it under the carpet, but not admit that he's got as many problems as he has. So I saw he was not looking very good, and he's been getting this really pale ashen-like color on his face, where it looks like chalk. Those of you that are familiar, the old days in school, the teacher used to write with chalk on the blackboard, and it's like a white kind of ashen gray, not pretty color. All the pink is pretty much drawn from his body because he's not getting enough oxygen. So it was looking really bad. And I said to him, how are you doing? How are you feeling? He said, not good. Okay. So then I took his blood pressure and all of his vital signs, and at that point already it had calmed down a little bit, but I asked him what happened. So he had said that when he was climbing up the stairs, this is what happened. So, out here in Florida, things are very, very different, as I've told you guys many, many, many times, many times, that, oh, thank you so much, Orslok. Just saw that. Thank you so much. You call a doctor, at least back in New York. Remember, we're here 8.5 years ago. We moved here. So what it's like now, I don't really know. But at least back in the day, it was okay. You'd call a doctor, they'd call you right back. Here, you call a doctor, and they call you back a few days later when you're lucky, or a few hours later, like a number of hours later. And those of you that know me pretty well, know that I don't do very well with waiting. And if, the man is sick and the man has a problem and I call you and you don't call me back, and I call you again and you don't call me back, and now I'm really getting pissed off because you're not calling me back. I understand you've got other patients. Understand you've got thousands of patients. I understand all that stuff. But you know what? I'm talking about my hubby. And when it comes to my hubby, hubby, I don't give a fuck about the rest of your patients. And, that's what we call a patient advocate. Somebody who cares and protects the well-being of their loved one, of their family member, and the one that means the most to them. But everybody sees things from a different point of view. So yesterday I kept calling this one doctor's office, and I kept getting a busy signal. We haven't gotten busy signals in I don't know how many years since the invention of cell phones. So something kind of sounded not so right to me, that I was getting this signal where I wasn't able to come through and speak to somebody. So I called a friend of mine in New York, and I told her the story, and she said, you know what? I'm going to call that doctor's office, and I'm going to see if I get through. Well, sure enough, she did, and she got through right away. So to me, maybe they've got caller ID, and they were like, oh, here's this pain in the ass woman again wanting to speak to the doctor, and the doctor's still speaking and dealing with patients. So my friend called, and she was like, listen, you got to call them back. The man's not feeling well, and on and on and on. Well, finally, yesterday I called the doctor at 8 o'clock in the morning. I got a call back at 7 o'clock at night. That's like 11 hours later. We went, absolutely, Jack, no question. This morning I called 2 of the heart doctors early this morning, still waiting for a call back again. I have been telling them, leaving messages, what the problems are. And there's nothing I can do. I can't land up at the front door with him because they won't see him unless he has an appointment. And, in order to make an appointment, you got to speak and let them know what the story is and what you think needs to be done. But, I'm not the boss there, and I'm not the doctor, and I can't tell them what to do. But he's got his next test scheduled in 2 weeks, and I really don't think we can wait 2 weeks, because if things are getting to the degree and going to the degree that they're going, I don't think that we can wait another 2 weeks. So I'm going to have to just wait and see what time I hopefully get a call today. And if not, Minerva in me, my alter ego, super crazy bitch, is going to have to come out, and then I'm going to have to get mad crazy and demand a phone call. The last thing I want to do is have to take him back to the hospital again. I really, really, really don't want to do that. But I know, Face. I don't understand it. I just don't understand it. I don't understand it from the point of view that, they have so many people here. There are only so many hours in the day here. Their priorities are different than my priorities would be as a healthcare person. I don't know what I don't know what the answers are. I just don't know. But that's pretty much the update, and I don't know what's going to be. Yep. A lot of it, Jock, has to do with, okay, let's order this test, let's order that test. We don't really need the test, but screw it, we're going to order it anyway because the insurance will pay for it. I hate to admit to that. Exactly. Do what you got to do. Exactly. You got to do what you got to do. And I've been trying, but I kind of don't have the best of reputations, as I'm sure. Definitely don't have a very good reputation because I've got a big mouth, and they're not used to that. People, hi Jay Grimm, you haven't been here in a long time, I guess. He had heart surgery 6 weeks ago, and he's doing pretty lousy. Pretty lousy. And, I wish I could hop on a plane and take Bernie and go see all the medical staff and everybody out there from way back when, but that's not practical and that's not possible. You've got to deal with what you have to deal with in the circumstance that you have. And the other thing is the doctor who did his first heart surgery is not available to do the second heart surgery until November 10th. So that really sucks because we trust this guy and, you know, he came through that surgery. Now we've got to use another doctor that we don't even know in the same practice, but what can we do? We don't have a choice. We can't tell him to cancel people that he's already got scheduled. So it's, you know, a whole bunch of a whole bunch of complications. And, you know, it's complicated enough as it is. You know, every day just kind of seems like another complication. And you try to figure out ways of, you know, controlling your temper and figure out ways to control your nerves and figure out ways of, you know, being able to manage all that you need to manage. But sometimes it just becomes beyond the words of overwhelming. It really, really does. It just reaches a maximum. And every week I kind of think we're reaching that, or we've reached that maximum already until something else tends to happen. So that's pretty much the update as far as that's concerned. If anybody, you know, guys, you got questions? Thank you so much, Nick. Thank you. We are, this is probably going to be, hiya, Greasy. Yeah. Exactly. Hi, thank you, lady. Yep, we all do. Thank you, Wolf. So this is probably going to be my last stream for the month of October. And what's really, really sad is that this is going to be the first year in 5 years that we haven't done a Halloween stream. And that is very, very depressing. Bernie always loved that big time. We both did. But he used to have lots of fun doing that. But what can you do? What can you do? So this is probably going to be the last one for the month of October. And put last year's stream on. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. That's a good idea, Walnut. Maybe I will. Everybody knows we've got our goal up there. We are pretty far behind of what, yeah, we can do a rerun, sure. Where we need to be by the end of the month. We it's website face. Yeah, nobody's been going to the website face, yeah. The last time somebody purchased anything there was when Jarla purchased the Twitchversary, hi, Kat, Twitchversary album a week ago. Only one person did in like 2-3 weeks. So our Hiya Joker, people aren't checking out the website for whatever the reason is, but we are, let me see, how far are we from our goal? Let's see. We are 1553 short, which really is not good. Yeah, we're very far behind because the reason why we made the goal, the reason why I made the goal what it is because he's sick, Tim. He had heart surgery 6 weeks ago and he's not doing well. The reason why we originally had a goal of 5,000 and we reached that goal And then I upped the goal when I realized that he was not going to, or rather, when I realized he was going to be needing a second surgery. And if he needs, not if he needs, that was a weird thing to say. When he gets the second surgery, I don't know how long it'll be before I'm able to come back, because I don't know what his status at that point is going to be. I've been, lucky enough to be able to come on out and hang out with you guys for a little while, and come on and stream and ask you guys for support. Sometimes really have to try to overachieve the need for it so that we reach a goal. But now I don't know what's going to happen for the month of November. Hiya, Mermaid. Thank you. Thank you very much. So we're pretty far behind, guys. And if I'm also not able for a while after the second surgery to stream, then we're not going to have anything coming in for that whole month. So that's a very, very, very bad additional stress for both of us, but especially for me, because, I deal with that end of it. Thank you very much, Say. So guys, if you are just, and I don't mean to say just, if you can donate $1, we've got 100 of you right here, that would be 100 extra dollars. And that really does mean a tremendous amount under these circumstances, because as all of you know, this is what we've been doing for over almost 5.5 years now. This is our only source of income, because this is what we've been doing. And we, if we don't have it, then I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. So if you're able to donate, we greatly, greatly appreciate it. Big time. Big time. Why do you have a question, man? Anything you need to know, anything you'd like to know, please feel free to ask whatever you'd like to ask. Because after today, I don't know when the next stream is going to be. Thank you all for the follows. I don't know, I don't know when, or I hate to say if. I really hate to say if, and I'm not going to say if, but when he's going to be back sitting here, I could surely not tell you. I was hoping, so hoping, that by now he'd be able to do that. This past Sunday, we had a very dear friend who had a Zoom wedding, and I wanted very much for him to be able to play a little bit, and we would send a file to that person. And I'm very, very grateful that, it took a lot to get him up and out and sitting here and playing, and the energy to do so. But it was a very, 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 very special circumstance that he had to. And that was really good that he was able to do that for, just about 5 minutes or so. So I was at least very, very happy that he could do that. So talk to me, guys. Oh, thank you so much, Greasy. I just saw that. Wow, that was amazing. Thank you so much. Really, I've said all along, you don't realize, you know what, Faceless? It meant a tremendous amount because, we're very, very fond of this person, very dearly fond of this person. And this person has done a lot for us. This person is a doctor, lives in another state, and is a friend of ours who I've been able to reach out to when I've needed a question answered, or advice to ask, or, an opinion. So it was really, really important. But at the same token, as much as he enjoyed doing it, and thank you so much, Nick. Oh, Jarla, thank you so much. I didn't even know you were here. As much as he enjoyed doing it, the reality of how difficult it was very, 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 very sad. It was quite devastating, to tell you the truth, because he was, just playing a little bit and trying to, oh, Greasy, thank you. He was trying to, he wanted to do it, and he was really excited about doing it and getting up and getting, the energy back as much as he possibly could. Oh, Mr. Orbits, thank you so much. And I was literally, truthfully, oh, Jarla, thank you. Okay, I'm not going to answer this because that's probably a scam call. Literally jumping up and down because I only wanted to do one take. I only wanted to do one take. Thank you, it's because I was afraid that he wouldn't be able to do another one. And I didn't want to give him any form of discouragement, and only wanted to encourage as much as I possibly could. So as he was playing, I was recording it on voice recorder, and I got up and I was jumping up and down, and I was doing, these crazy massive hand movements and getting excited and whatnot, so that he was able to do 5 minutes of that. And I was really grateful that he found that, not physically, but emotionally, to do it. And sometimes, sometimes the emotionality of how you feel takes such precedence over your physical body, because if you're in a good physical, or rather a good mental state of mind, if you're in a good mental state of mind, that affects your whole physical well-being. If you're not in a good mental state of mind, and if you're sad, and if you're worried, and if you're scared, and if you're nervous, and if you're frightened, whatever the negativities are of the emotions, that stuff wipes you friggin' clean. It really does. It wipes your body clean. And that's pretty much how I feel. I very, very much feel very, very, very wiped out. And it's, it's hard to pick yourself up at times. It's hard to not think about all of the realities. It's hard to kind of dust that under the wind and say, nope, got to do it. Nope, got to do it. Thank you, mermaid, so much. Hiya, Joker. Yeah, that's like something you really have to learn, something you really have to learn how to do. And I just have to answer this. I don't think this thing is updating. What's going on now? We don't need this to not update now. Let's not do this. Okay, we're good. Yeah, it's really hard. It's really, really hard. And, so many people that I speak to say the same thing to me. Mindy, stay strong. Mindy, stay strong. Mindy, You got to stay strong. You got to stay strong. I know it's true, but when you're feeling like everything is caving in, and you're feeling like, you know, you're just grasping at every which straw, and that you know what needs to be done, but it just takes so long to get things done, it just drives you insane. And there should be some way, somehow, some type of reaching out to, some type of organization to be able to find a means of support to have people do things the right way, you know, so that when you're in a state of such struggle, you don't have to be alone in that process. And there should be people out there that can help expedite the process. But out here, we surely don't have that. Unfortunately, but doesn't it all seem to exist? What about in your countries? Tell us. You know, I want to say faceless. I want to say, you know, maybe that has a lot to do with it. I don't really know if it's only because of that. It certainly doesn't help the situation. That, you know, we just had another crazy spike in Florida a few days ago. It surely, you know, doesn't make it easier. But at the same token, the difference here is that, you know, we're dealing with cardiology. We're not dealing with, you know, the pandemic itself, where, you know, these doctors are concentrated on those types of health-related issues. Those patients really don't suffer, for the most part, I would imagine, from what's going on, you know, from a cardiac standpoint. Not to say I'm not sure that, you know, 100% sure that people who have cardiac disease and problems must have developed COVID too, but here it's just, you know, you just wait. All you do is wait. It is, Jock. It really is very scary. And I think, you know, the big difference is that we in this state, Bernie and I, we've never experienced anything like this before. And don't forget all the years that I worked as a nurse. I never, if a family member called, I'd be, you know, running right into the doctor's office. Hey, you got to call Mrs. So-and-so back. Her husband's not feeling well. Here's the phone. I dialed it for you. That's advocacy. But that just doesn't exist in this state. We have the same problem with the primary care doctor. I had a situation, oh, and one other thing I forgot to tell you is they, I don't think I told you, that they also ordered a scan of his lungs to see if he has lung cancer now. And you've got to wait for the insurance to approve the scan before you can even get the test done. So now we got to wait X amount of days before they call. And yeah, exactly. And then one of his vitamin B12 levels were low, and there was something else that recently happened that I just can't. Yeah, it's one thing on top of the other. Exactly. Just one thing on top of the other every single day. I'd just be happy to have one day of stability. And I think that's a really, really, really great lesson to share with you guys. And that is, thank you so much, Jay Grimm, to be able to be grateful for one solid day of stability, where even if things are not 100% perfect, because perfect doesn't exist in this world, I can attest for that, but just so that nothing negative happens, And if something a little bit not so great happens, it's not the end of the world. Let's not make a bigger deal out of it than we have to. So to find that smile in a day, to find that rainbow at the end of the sky, to look at that little bird flying, to look at that butterfly flying, sucking the nectar out of a flower, to just find something and be grateful for that moment of serenity that you have. That one moment. Even if that one moment lasts for 5 minutes, what I would not give for 5 minutes of serenity. 5 minutes of peace. Hi, binary. No, things are getting worse, binary. Worse. 5 minutes of peace. 5 minutes of just contentment. 5 minutes of stability. And so when you guys have a good day, it's important to think about how much that means. Anybody have anything to say about that? Beep chirp, I know you're out there. Don't know if you're watching, but I know you're out there. Koken, Mr. Orbits, Faceless, Binary, any of you guys, what do you have to say? Do you guys typically think, Jock, about when you're having a good day and how a good day makes you feel? And kind of want to appreciate that moment? What do you guys have to say about it? I've been doing all the talking now for 37 minutes. Now it's your choice. Your turn. I know you'll talk, Jock. Tell us about a good feel. Koken, last time I had a good day was the last time I sent you a message. Oh, that's terrible. And you said it made you smile. Koken said, Koken and I are friends on Messenger. And he sent me the sweetest message number of days ago. And it was just so incredibly heartwarming, where he sent a song. And it was, I'm going to play that song now, Koken. It was a song of calm. I have to play that. Let me just say, thank you, Jay. That's good, mermaid. Once in a lifetime moments. This was in January 2000. Wow. Deep is good. Well, I think that's important, Faceless. I try to appreciate the good days, but they pass so fast that it's hard to think about it. But you are always deep. But you know, Face, you have to think about it, because nobody ever knows what the next day is going to bring. And thank you so much, Red. That's really, really Grim. That's such a good idea. Grim says, I think it's very easy to get caught up with life. We rarely slow down to appreciate what's happening presently. It's something we can all practice, and it's something we all really should practice, because it's always, and I say this on every stream, I've been saying this, week after week after week, that we don't realize it. We never realize it until we don't have it anymore, for the most part. For the most part, we don't realize the good that we have until it's taken away. And then once it's taken away, we haven't experienced and shared the positivity with maybe the other person that we shared it with. or that we experienced it with. So last time we streamed, I gave my lecture on Don't You Dare Smoke, because look what it's done to Pianoimproman, so learn from that lesson. And this lesson, all I want is a doctor to call me. That'll make me happy and I'll be grateful. All I want is a return callback. All I want is an answer. All I want is a plan. All I want is my husband to be as safe as he can be under the circumstances. I don't think that's asking for too much. I'm going to play this beautiful song, I hope you can hear it, that Koken sent to me. Here we go. Let's see. Okay. He told me, I'm putting this music on to help me relax for a couple of minutes, and it sure as heck did. Hope you can hear it. Let me increase my volume, and let's see. That was it. And that was like the most beautiful thing imaginable, that Koken took the time out to not only write the message, but to send me something. I remember when I read it, I was sitting, I was in the kitchen. I was in the kitchen trying to get Bernie to eat something. And all of a sudden I get a beep on Messenger and I see it's Koken. And at first I couldn't hear it. And then he resent it again, and I was at a standstill. I just literally stopped. I was at first thinking maybe he was going to send me a voice message, but then when I read his message, he said, a song to listen to provide you with some calm. And I think that was the last time. I have to see the date when that was sent. That was sent on October 22nd. I thought it was later than that. That was only 5 days ago. Wow, it seems much longer. 5 days ago. And I think that was the last time, without any exaggeration, that I actually stood still, listened, relaxed, and actually felt a genuine smile come to my face. And that was a wonderful, wonderful feeling. So when you guys smile, when you guys laugh, when you guys have a really good inner feeling about something or someone or an event or an experience, or a millisecond of a moment, jot it down so you don't forget it. Because we tend to, as somebody said, we tend to get so wrapped up in all of the pressure and all of the stress and all of the problems and everything that goes on in our very disrupted world now, our very, very chaotic, disrupted world, that we just forget about those milliseconds of a good feel. And no matter how old you are, no matter how healthy, no matter how sick, no matter what the story is, we all need those good feels. Tell me what you think about that. Hi, Effectus. What do you think about that, guys? Yep. Hi, Andy. Yep. It is. It's super nice. It's super important. And it is just something that we just, it's sad to say that we have to kind of practice that, you have to practice to remember something happy. I don't know. That's really hard. That's really, really very strange. That's very, very, very deep, Taco. Taco says, I think that we as a society, as our form of organization, we need to prioritize the happiness, absolutely, not the survival of the humans. Hi, Captain Winky. My teacher back in high school told us to take pictures, render them on whatever the word is, and write something about the moment in the back of the picture. That advice always stayed with me. That is a beautiful piece of advice, and an excellent one at that. And what's also so really hard is for Bernie. Can you, if I'm expressing to you how everything has made me feel, can you imagine how he feels? When you feel like your body is in control of you, you're not in control of your body, you're not in control of what's happening with this little ticker over here, right? It's doing what it wants to do, or I hate to say, what you kind of, based on what your past experiences are, what you've caused it to do. But how he must feel. The other day he said to me, I don't know how long, except for Sunday when he did that little gift for our friend, how long it's been that I've been able to sit and play the piano. This is the first time the man started playing when he was 3 years old. This is the first time in 72 years that he's been away from this piano for 6 weeks. I can't even fathom what must be going through his mind. And Bernie, still tries to keep that upbeat persona as much as he can, which is not all that much as it used to be, but he tries to keep me going. And, we'll get through this, we'll get through this, we'll get through this. But imagine the fear when you're dealing about your life, how that must feel when you know how compromised your health is. It's just mind-boggling. It's just, thank you so much, Joker. Those are cool numbers, 6771. Okay, we're getting there, guys. We're getting there. Let's see. We're gonna do a little calculation here, see where we can go, so we can pay our rent for the month of November. Okay. So we are 229 behind the big 7,000. That's going to be our next objective, to see if we can get to 7,000. That would be a blessing. There's no question, Jay. We watched this wedding on Zoom, and it sure does, Joker. Thank you so much. We were watching the wedding on Zoom, and it was beautiful. And, it started bringing back beautiful memories for us of our wedding, and the people that came to our wedding, and our experience, and our honeymoon, and the flowers and the food and the music and all that kind of good feel. And sometimes just watching something puts a smile on your face to help you remember. But I understand what you're saying, Jock, that in your millennium, and now too, who really takes the time to take out, like a tangible picture? You want to see a picture? What do? You open up your phone. You want to see a picture? What do? You open up your computer. But to have a tangible piece of paper with a photo on it, turn it around like a million years ago, we used to do that all the time, see the date, see a message, see where it was, who we were with, what made us experience what we experienced in that picture. Those are all really, really, really good emotions, and things that nowadays for sure. It was really weird the other day. I don't know what made me do it, but it was early in the morning, and I surely am not one who sleeps well anymore, up many times during the night. And it was like super early in the morning, like 4 o'clock in the morning. And I started to play on the phone, I looked up Safari, old commercials of the 1970s, old food commercials of the 1970s. And I don't know if it was something Bernie and I were talking about. I think it may have been something along the line that he started singing a jingle maybe the day before of something, and he forgot the words, and he asked me if I remember. I think that's what it was. And then I sang the jingle for him, and then all of a sudden I wanted to hear all of these old commercials and the songs and the people that were in those commercials. And that was a really fun thing to do. So, with you guys too, even though, you guys are a millennium generation, go check out things that happened maybe 10 years ago, things that you played, things that you watched, things that you listened to, and, bring back the memories, because memories should never be wiped away. Memories should always, even if it's not in the forefront of your mind, because again, life goes on and everything moves on and the whole 9 yards about how fast-paced everything is. We've got to remember the memories. We've got to remember especially the positive, good ones, because even if they're temporarily in the back of your mind, they surely can't be erased from your heart, nor should you allow it to be. So I've got to try to practice what I preach, right? I preach pretty well. But putting it all into action is a whole different ballgame. What do you guys think about that? Are you with me, Mr. Orbitz? Are you with me, Koken? Are you with me, Beep? Haven't heard anything but a hello. Easier said than done. So what's your piece of advice, Jock? Oh, wow. I would love to see you in kindergarten faceless. The sounds that 1990s kid will remember. Right? Bringing back nostalgia, bringing back memories. So let's come up with a plan. How are we going to all remember and put into action to not go crazy when it's easy to go crazy? Well, Jock, I don't know how practical it is. It depends on the circumstance. It really does. Because sometimes, sometimes it's just not possible. Every situation is different. But in one like what's going on right now on this end here, you can't just do it. Like, I can't pick him up and take him to the doctor's office and say, hey, you got to examine him. Hey, we got to schedule this test. Hey, we got to rush this cardiac catheterization. That's not practical. That's not realistic. It would be, right, in general, but let's talk about more than just the general. Let's talk about the practicality of day-to-day life. Who has some advice on that? Jock, I'm not going to say Minerva hasn't done that. I have done that, but I can't force them to do things when I'm not in front of them. I can't mandate that somebody call me back. I can speak as forcefully and as strong as I can, but I can't force them to do it. So that's not possible. I wish it was, but now what time is it now? It is 3:45. So we're dealing with from 8 o'clock this morning. 8 hours have gone by. Yep. But again, yeah, of course. Mindfulness, no question, is extremely important. But it goes back to what I said before, that when you're out of control and you have no ability to handle the situation because you cannot be the final decision maker, then there is no choice. All you can do is wait. Want to see, let's see what Binary said. For me, I've had a lot of regrets in life and definitely had to force myself to reconcile with a lot of my past. The best thing you can do is accept what comes your way in life and appreciate the little things around you. Dwelling on the negative in life will not make anyone happy. All you can do is keep moving forward. That is so very, very true. Absolutely. And I agree with you, and I practice the same ideologies. But I hate to put the but in there, but when things need to be done and they're not being done and you can't make them happen, then what do? You can't sit back and wait too long, because if you wait too long, it could be too late. And you got to be practical with that too. Hiya, Prad. Yeah. Very, very true, Binary. Thank you so much, Arnick. Thank you so much. We really, really, really appreciate it. Factus, if you can do it, do it. If you can't, accept it. Thank you so much, Andreas. Factus, I can't accept my husband waiting for a test that if he doesn't get in time, maybe he'll croak. That I can't accept. I can only accept what I feel is safe. And when a situation reaches a point where I'm feeling it's not safe, then, worse comes to worse. Then you got to take him back to the hospital. And that's surely not what we want to have to do. Yep. Navigation. You need one of those little you need a navigating life compass. Wow, that's deep. A navigating life compass. We need one of those. We definitely need one of those. Okay, so now we're going to have Faceless Face and Jock. They're drooling over Mr. Factus. We can deal with that for a bit, for sure. Yep. That's very true, Joker. Everybody needs somebody, and everybody needs, a form of support. And that's really an interesting topic too. That you would hope that people out there who know you or have known you for a really long time, people that you've worked with, people that you've helped, would always be there in the time of need that you would hope for. And I'm sure COVID has a lot to do with it, but I think I kind of had overestimations of people from way back in the past who truly have not come through for us. So the ones we have to rely on are the ones that we know, no matter what, will always be there. And people's, as we've said so many streams, people's true colors, in a time of urgency, it always does come out. No question about it. This is very true, Jock. No question. No question. Hiya, Sergeant. Yep. Very, very true. I agree with your frustration. My husband had cancer and could not move fast enough for tests. So frustrating. I was screaming at the hospital staff all the time to please hurry with helping him. That's horrible, Kat. That's really horrible. It's terrible. He's doing really not well at all, Sergeant. Yeah, he's not doing good. He's gotten a bit worse. We're trying to see if we can get him to have the second heart surgery sooner. He's got a lot of not good stuff going on. Yeah. Tell us, Jock, about your new job. What are you going to be doing? Right. Distraction is true. The mind needs distraction. Absolutely. And we all have to kind of find a healthy distraction to alter the mindset for the moment. Take you to a different place, even for a very short time, whether it be watch TV, whether it be pet a puppy, whether it be go for a walk, whether it be go for a ride on a bike. I just have to lower the air conditioner because it got mad hot in here. 1 second. I definitely understand what you're saying, Cold. And not well, Mark. Muy enfermo. Cold, I very, very much understand what you say. Distractions can be negative. I battle alcoholism. And I think that what the best, or maybe an idea of helping yourself with that is, figuring out what are your trigger factors, what makes you want to drink, what's going on in life that is luring you to do that. I don't know how much you drink a day. I don't know if you drink every day. I don't know what you drink. I don't know what your circumstances are. But you kind of have to put a plan into action, a realistic plan. So for instance, if you have 5 drinks a day, say this week I'm going to limit it to 3 drinks a day. Next week I'm going to limit it to 2 drinks a day. The week after that, a drink a day. The week after that, maybe every other day. Of course, depending on what the circumstance is, especially even something like overeating, self-indulging with food. Bernie always would say, my mother's advice was always the best, and that was everything in moderation. Her famous 3 words, everything in moderation, that you need to, let's read what Jock just wrote. When it comes to vices, you need to identify that issue, which it has been. You need to try to find out the better coping mechanisms that aren't self-destructive in order to be healthier and make a change. If you want to ever talk, don't hesitate. That's sweet, Jock. So yeah, you need to talk it out with other people. You need to talk it out with, of course, you need to talk it out with professionals. But I think the most important person to talk out issues of difficulty is with yourself. Because you got it, Jock. You need to say, why am I doing this? And then you need to be honest with yourself and say, it's not, it's not that bad. Or say, well, maybe it's not that good, and that's why I'm questioning, why am I doing this? And, things don't happen overnight. Things don't happen instantaneously. You can't say, okay, you know what? Today I'm 250 pounds. In a month I'm going to lose 100 pounds. Well, that's surely not at all realistic. So if you're a smoker and you say, okay, that's it, I'm done. I'm never going to do it again. Some people can do that and fight that battle. If there are consequences also, and there's nothing wrong with giving yourself consequences. For instance, if I smoke this cigarette today, maybe this will happen tomorrow. Maybe I won't be able to jog my 5-mile run. Maybe I'll get emphysema. Maybe I'll end up with lung cancer. Maybe I'll die. Ooh, maybe I should stop. And every time you have those thoughts of, oh goodness, I've got a craving, you think about what you said to yourself. Type it up on the computer. Print it. Put it on your refrigerator or your go-to spot where you could see. Not even talking about bad habits when it comes to food or exercise or smoking or drinking, but even relationships. If you're not in a good relationship, or if the relationship warrants a change, you can't say, okay, well, today was a good day with him or her. Maybe tomorrow will be just as good. Well, maybe tomorrow will be worse. Or maybe we'll have a repeat of that really bad abusive situation that we had the other day. So the person has to be the one, you as the individual, have to be the one to say, a change is warranted. This is what's going to happen if the change doesn't happen, and the cons outweigh those pros. Much easier said than done. Binary says, I can speak from experience. Having an unhealthy relationship can be the worst thing for you. It nearly destroyed me before. So Binary, if I can ask you, what did you do? Exactly, Jock. Very deep. Binary, what did you do to make that change? How did you get out of that situation? How were you strong enough to make that choice? And of course, if you're not comfortable answering the question, that's fine too, but we always, always welcome talk. Same with you, Jock. If you'd like to talk about, how did you get out of your situation and how are you able to cope with it? Okay. Well, things between her and I ended, and it tore me apart at the point where I dropped out of college and spent the better part of the 2 years in a spiral of depression. I joined the Air Force after that to put myself back on a better path. That's wonderful. Tell us if it worked, and tell us how you feel now. Hi, Aki. Hi, Sam. Sam, he's not doing well. He's got lots of problems, and right now I'm still waiting for the doctor to call me back because we need to try to expedite his second heart surgery. So things are very, 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 very tough and rough. Very, 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 very difficult. And guys, again, I want to thank those of you who've donated today. As I said, I don't know after today when I'm going to stream again, depending on what happens. So I greatly appreciate if we can at least try to get to 7,000 now, because if I'm not able to get back before, I don't know what November is going to bring for us, so very, very much appreciate anything that you can donate. We got a little way to go, $204 to get to 7,000, and that really, really means a tremendous amount that you just can't even imagine. Jock says, well, it meant a lot of self-preservation, self-awareness from both of us. My ex was a really bad communicator, so I guess it's a little different, but she eventually realized that she was toxic and wasn't taking accountability for her actions when I did. She did a lot of fucking up shit to me and blamed me for it. And I continued to forgive and to accept and to be real to myself. It was difficult, but I took it as a lesson for me. I won't get into the nooks and crannies of what happened, but I did. Well, I'm very grateful that you were strong enough, Jock, to be able to do that. Binary says it did work, though it wasn't an easy path to forgive myself as well as her. You can't hold grudges against others. It's only going to poison you. Holding a grudge does nothing to the person you're angry with, and joining the military did a lot of good for me, but it definitely has its costs. How are you feeling though now, Binary? How are you feeling now? When did you break up, and have you been interested in moving forward with another relationship? Same with you, Jock. Are you looking for somebody else, or do you need a break from that experience? Hunter, 6 weeks ago, he got really sick. He had burning in his chest. We took him to the heart doctor, and he needed emergency heart surgery. And since then, he developed very bad stomach problems and inflammation in the stomach. And he has another part of his heart that is not doing well at all. And he needs to go in for a second surgery as well. And he unfortunately has not been able to stream in 6 weeks today. And I don't know when that time will come that he'll be able to do it again. Maybe after the second surgery, and they've cleared up that problem. Maybe, a few weeks or so after that, he'll be feeling better, God willing. But I don't know. Thank you very much, Hunter. Mm-hmm. You broke up 5 years ago. The moment I think focusing on my career, finishing degree, absolutely, should be your priority. Mm-hmm. 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 Right, and I think that's important too, that, people need to realize that it's usually not always one-sided. Sometimes it is. I'm not going to say that it never is. But most of the time, I would tend to think everyone has a little bit to contribute to a negative situation. I don't think that it's all necessarily just one person's fault, because sometimes, too, if we allow a situation to broaden, if we allow a situation to go on when we know it's not a good situation, then right there, we're to blame also. Don't you think? Even though it may not necessarily just be, it was him or her and they're the ones who did this, that, and the other. Well, if you don't change it, why should the other person see a need for change? Especially if they're not that type of person who's able to see reality black and white, who's able to see the true pictures and the true colors as they are, not as just the way they view it. What do you think about that? Mm-hmm. That's another very important thing too, Face. Face says some people are just not worth having in your life, and it's better to just cut off all connections to them. And that too is not always a very, very easy thing to do, especially if you've been with the person for a while. But sometimes it is the best choice, even though it's not the ideal situation. In the end, it probably will be. Exactly. You can't just be someone's punching bag. It's not your fault, but you need to tell someone. Right, absolutely. That's very, very true too. Mm-hmm. It's not to excuse someone's shitty behavior, but sometimes people are not self-aware. Some people need to unlearn bad behavior and habits and how they treat others, and in ways it's just something they are accustomed to, and most people are capable of change. Thus, telling them it's important is up to them if they change or take that on board. It's important to remember that we can always be improving something about ourselves. Trying to make yourself a better person each day should be a goal. Mm-hmm. Right. And there should be, that's another thing too, there should be more of this kind of talk out there in social media. There should be conversations that, discuss these kinds of things. Not to say that they're not. I'm sure somewhere there are different sites, different venues, but, it's important for every person to kind of find where it is that they feel they belong. I'm going to be sending, now that I'm talking to all you guys, I'm going to be sending a message to one of these doctors right now, because Minerva is starting to pop out of my pores, and I'm not liking the fact that I'm not hearing back from anybody. So we're going to be nice, and we're going to be professional, and we are going to send a message. again. I'm really sorry to be pestering you, but I have not yet heard back from anyone, and as you know, my concern increases by the moment. When I spoke to the receptionist this morning, I expressed the need for a callback, as I feel Bernie really warrants another stress test to assure that expediting the cardiac catheterization is warranted. I have not yet heard from anyone. We are able to come anytime this week, and as you said the last time, if we would have been a day later, that would have been the end of his life. I surely don't want to make the mistake this time. Thank you. Okay, well, you heard it yourself, people. There went the message. Hiya, Chris. That's sweet, Jack. I appreciate it. So we now, at what time is it? It is now 4:10, okay? Sent a text. Now we got to see, right? We got to see. I don't think it could have been sent any better. I was polite, but I said what I had to say. And I don't know what else I can do. I really don't. Don't know what else I can do. So, I'm going to ask Jock. I'm going to ask you to send me your favorite Pianoimproman song, and I think we can all use a little bit of music. What do you think? Definitely Joker, when it comes to primary care doctors and, doctors involved with infection control, but not cardiologists. Just send me a link, Jock, of whatever one you'd like to hear. And again, guys, not to be an arrogant bitch or a mother-hungry bitch, but we really, really need your help. We really do. I can't say it any other way. If you are able to make a donation of any kind, I cannot thank you enough for that. Okay, are you sending it to, no, that's not true, XX. No, even though this is predominantly, different parts of it are a red state, a blue state, Republicans, Democrats, doesn't matter. Corona hits everybody, no matter your color, your age, your creed, your religion, your political identity, doesn't matter. It has no barriers. If you're not safe, if you don't practice all of the healthcare measures needed to practice, then you're in big time trouble. TT, he got sick 6 weeks ago with heart problems, and he needs another heart surgery, and he's got stomach problems, and he is unfortunately not doing very well as we speak. Okay, we're going to listen to a Jock request of his favorite Bernie tune. Let's see, why is this guy not coming up to me? No, he developed diverticulitis factus, an inflammation of the colon on top of everything else. Okay, well, this is a wholesome jock request. Here we go. We gotta do a Bernie request, Jock. I can't play regular YouTube links. Yeah, no, we can't do that. We gotta do, we gotta do a Bernie YouTube one. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, otherwise it's the last thing we need is to get into trouble with Twitch, right? Mr. Koken, would you like to send me a Bernie request, a Bernie song? All right, I think Jock found it. Here we go. There we go.
Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream, making the cutest that I've ever seen. Giving to lips like roses and clover, and tell him that his lonesome nights are over. Sandman, I'm so alone, don't have nobody to call my own. So please turn on your magic beam, Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream.
Thank you so much, A. That was a great one. Well, I'm very happy because, believe it or not, I got a response. Amen for that. Now he has to go this Thursday for the test at, I'm not quite sure what time. They are going to call me and schedule it. So there we go, right on stream. Proof of the pudding that you can't give up. Proof of the pudding is that sometimes things take you for a loop and you get really down and really upset and really discouraged, but you have to keep on plugging away until you get what you want. And that's the truth with anything and everything. You cannot give up, as much of a pain in the neck as you think you may be. And I'm the first one to admit the truth to all of that. I surely am. But after reaching out time and time again, at least now, I got him his friggin' appointment. Okay, so that's good. Hi, Mixie. Cold, I don't play piano. Bernie does, my husband, and he got sick 6 weeks ago with heart problems, and he is not doing very well. So what I've been doing for the past 6 weeks is coming on stream and talking to all of our friends and letting them know how Bernie is doing, and giving updates to everybody, and at the same token showing hi Julie, Julian, great appreciation to those people who are literally keeping us alive with your donations, since he's not able to stream, which is our work, which is our income, and we need, I can't even figure out anymore, $1,099 before we reach our goal that ends in 3 days. That's pretty tight. No, gaming, he's not okay. He's got a lot of heart problems and stomach problems, and he's got to go for a second surgery, so he's not doing very well. Yeah. Aha. Doctor's office. Hello. It sure is.
Hi, my dear. Can you guys come to my office on Thursday at 9:30 and do a stress test and see Dr. Kativa after?
Sure.
Perfect. Do you know the drill for the
No caffeine. He can take his pills. No, he can have a little bit of water. Nothing to eat.
You got it.
Okay.
Juice as much as he wants to find.
Gotcha. 9:30 Thursday. Thank you so much.
You got it.
Right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay. Got to jot that down, guys. 9:30 Thursday. Well, that's cool. I'm very happy about that, so that's a good thing. Very good. Yeah, gaming, yeah, he's really not doing well. Yeah, it is nice, Faceless, but I guarantee you, if I didn't send that message, I probably wouldn't have gotten a call back today. So, you just got to keep on going, and you got to be pushy, and you've got to be forceful. I just got to get the puppers out for a second, guys. I'll be right back. Just got to open the doors. Alrighty. Yeah, so gaming, so that's pretty much the story. So probably what's going to happen now is that we're going to go on Thursday for the appointment, and it's called a stress test. So what they do is they take his blood pressure and his pulse and his respiratory rate before he goes on a treadmill. And then he has to reach a certain number, where his heart rate is able to reach a certain number by a certain period of time. And it takes pictures. They do an electrocardiogram, takes pictures of how the heart is working during that forceful time of, using a lot of energy. And what the purpose of doing it this time is to compare it to the last one. He had the last one on October 8th. So that was like 18, 20, like 2 weeks ago. So if we see that there's a big difference, that this one is much worse than the last one, heaven forbid, then we'll know that we need to do the heart surgery much sooner. I kind of prefer to do it this way rather than just schedule the heart surgery sooner with a different doctor, rather than not knowing. I'd rather know exactly what is the story and what are we talking about before a decision is made. So that's the way that's going to work. That is the story there. Yep. So Gaming, where have you been all this time? We haven't seen you. Sergeant Psychotic, you're extremely quiet today. No, now we're going to have, did we freeze where nobody is speaking? Come on, guys. I hope we didn't freeze. I don't think so. Okay. I think we're good. There we go. Hi, Otter. Thank you. Just a quiet chat? Nah, we don't want a quiet chat. We don't want a quiet chat. Faceless, can you put the donation link in the chat? Make it easier for some people if anyone is able to assist. You're just very tired, 4 to 12. I think I run probably hi now, maybe a 18-hour day. For the most part, 18-hour days, yeah. Yep. What's going on, Otter? Jarla, what's going on in your life? Let's see, what's today? Today is Tuesday. So we've got Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Thursday and Friday probably. Maybe I'll try to get another stream in sometime tomorrow. 'Cause we gotta really try to reach that goal, guys. We really gotta reach that goal. Hi there, Stat. Work minus pay equals stressful times. Yep. Stress is the word for 2020, right? Lots and lots of stuff going on in 2020. Does anybody have something really good to say about 2020? Has anybody experienced something truly happy? I'd love to hear it. And I'm sure chat would love to hear it too. Otter, we're no longer partnered. That's almost a year ago that we're not partnered anymore. So the only thing that we get are the donations. And now that Bernie can't stream, and don't know when he's going to be able to stream, we are relying on our donations to be able to pay all of our bills without Bernie here. So I am truly grateful and much appreciated to everybody who has been so generous. Well, while we're waiting for people to talk a little bit, I'm going to see if I could find, let me see what something right here. What is this? Okay, that we don't want. Alrighty, we want to go to, I got to go to the other side to find Pianoimproman because I can't type here. Alright, I'm not going to find anything. Whoever wants, send me a link. Send me a link of a Bernie song you'd like to hear. That's very true, Utterly. Utterly says 2020 made us more aware about how to be kinder to people. Yeah, we need much more kindness, that's for sure. Ah, can you feel the love tonight? That's a beautiful one.
You should go and check them out.
This is 4 years old.
Surrender
Wow.
to the rush of day. When the heat of a rolling wind can be turned away. An enchanted moment, and it sees me through. It's enough for this restless warrior just to be with you. And can you feel the love tonight? It is where we are. It's enough for this wide-eyed wanderer that we got this far.
Thank you so much, Otter.
And can you feel the love tonight? How it's laid to rest. It's enough to make kings and vagabonds believe the very best.
You got another smile, Koken.
And can you feel the love tonight? How it's laid to rest.
Thank you so much, Otter.
It's enough to make kings and vagabonds believe the very best. There's a time for everyone,
Hiya, Tixie.
Moves us on a turn. There's a rhyme and reason to the wild outdoors. When the
Hiya,
heart
Poop.
of this star-crossed Voyager beats in time with yours. And can you feel the love tonight? It is where we are. It's enough for this wide-eyed wanderer that we got this far. And can you feel the love tonight? How it's laid.
Oh, thank you so much, Tixie. 40 more, guys.
To make kings and vagabonds believe the very best. It's enough to make kings and vagabonds believe the very best.
That was so pretty. So those of you that just came in a little while ago, I was fortunate enough to finally get the doctor to call me back because, oh, thank you so much, Poop Thought. Oh boy, guys, we need 100 more to hit 7,000. That would be pretty darn dank. Pretty darn dank. During the stream, I was getting crazy and trying to figure out a way to get these doctors to call back. So we sent a very, very firm but intense message. So Bernie goes back this Thursday for another stress test. And then we will see what we're going to do next and what the next plan of action with his next surgery is going to be. And as I've been telling everybody, I don't know, this donation goal ends in 3 days. So originally I said that today, hi Porco, was probably going to be the last stream of the month. Because now we got to go on Thursday for the stress test, and I don't know what that's going to show. So I hope that I can come on again tomorrow, and we can also, I'm not ending yet, get some more people on because we have 1,100 to reach our goal. And I don't know, depending on what happens, don't know when I'll be able to stream again after he sees the doctor on Thursday. Oh, thank you so much, Andreas. Thank you so much. Well, that's really amazing. I really so thank you. Thank you so, so much. Oh, Jarla, you are the best. Wow, we're counting down, guys. We may actually make it, so Bernie better not wake up anytime soon because maybe we'll hit it today. That would be a blessing. I just, I don't know. I don't know. Don't know what's going to be and how he's going to do. The last time he went for the cardiac catheterization, he was in the hospital and, they discharged him the day after. And then for that entire week, he was pretty much incapacitated. Where, hi, Agap. You can pay with a credit card also. It doesn't have to just be, oh my God, Koken, thank you so much. It doesn't have to be just with PayPal. So the last time we had the cardiac catheterization, he was incapacitated for a week. Max had to stay home for the whole week from work and work from home and help me because he was totally like bedbound. And he wasn't able to take a shower by himself. He wasn't able to feed himself. He wasn't able to basically do anything. I don't know this time around if they're gonna be able to put in another stent or if he's going to, God forbid, need bypass surgery. So I don't have any idea. It's possible that, depending on what happens, if Max, of course, is here and is upstairs with him, whenever it does happen, I can just come on down for 15 minutes and do a short stream to let everybody know what's going on, because I think that's only fair and only that you guys surely deserve that, and it's really the only right ethical thing to do for all that everybody's done for us, to let you know what's happening. So we'll see where we go today. I'll just run upstairs and make sure he's still sleeping, and you guys kind of chat with one another for a little bit, and I'll be back in about 5 minutes, okay? righty. Yep. He is still fast asleep. So that is a good thing. That is a good thing. So guys, send me some Pianoimproman favorite songs. Koken, you want to send me something? Poop Thought, you want to send me something? Anybody who wants to go to the YouTube, Pianoimproman YouTube, and send me a Bernie song, one of your favorites. All right, I got a faceless one. Here we go. Let's do a faceless request. Fectus, send me something. Oh, wow. This is so old. Oh my God, he looks so young. Gee whiz. Oh my God, I gotta post this link. Oh my God, this is 7 years old. This is gonna make me sick. Oh, jeez.
I'm crossing you in style. Someday
That reaction that I just had was not hearing him play and not hearing him sing. But just the realization of the concept of time. That was 7 years ago. That's a long time. It's more than half of a decade. And seeing him looking that way, and now seeing him so pale and so frail and so fragile, wrapped up under the covers at not even 5 o'clock in the afternoon. He's been sleeping for about 3-4 hours now. And only 7 years ago, only 6 weeks ago, he was bouncing up and down to entertain you. So when we think of how incredibly precious time is, it's something that you can't take for granted. You simply can't. And these are all so many things we've been talking about today are all lessons that we know. I'm not teaching you anything new. I'm not a great philosopher coming up here with, stop that, Sydney, with ingenious pieces of advice. It's all what we know. It's all what we're taught. It's all what we try to live, but yet so often we take it for granted. And we don't realize until it's hit right in the face. In today's stream, that last video, that hit me in the face so much. Because if you were to see him now, it would very, very much tear you apart too.
Oh, she's so young. How did I end up with such a young wife? Hear what she says? She says, I guess you're lucky. She's right. Boy.
Hi, Artie.
Wow, this is the song.
Here we go home.
What?
I have to pick it up. Just pick it for who cares?
Who cares? Is that like Wilson? Wilson Pickett? Oh, she's so young.
Here we go.
How did I end up with such a young wife?
Okay, was there like a song after this?
You're lucky. She's right. Boy.
That's weird.
Wow, this is the song.
Here we go home.
Okay, that's not it. Okay, maybe this is it. I don't know which one you wanted. He sent me clips, so that's what it is. Got right. Okay. Shh. There we go. We had a bunch of clips there. Here we go. This one is one that was dedicated to Poop Thought in 2018. Thank you, Tixie. Thank you, Poop. Doctor, gotta go. You too, Koken. Hi, ISO. Wow, that was absolutely crazy good. My goodness gracious, that was amazing. That was just the doctor's office again confirming that I know all the rules prior to him taking the test on Thursday. Alrighty, here's another super favorite. I love this one. The girl with the flaxen hair.
Well, Og, it sure has been.
That was so tender and so absolutely, absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely amazing. That was beautiful. Oh, see, so what happened was 6 weeks ago, he started having chest pains. It was like a burning in his chest. And he went to the doctor and he needed emergency heart surgery. And he's not doing very well, because now he's also having stomach problems, as Tixie said. And he sleeps a lot of the time now, and he's not able to stream. So I've been coming on every week and telling people how he's doing. And we are going back to the doctor on Thursday for another test, because he's going to need another heart surgery pretty soon. So, yeah. It's been very difficult. Very difficult. Fectus, right, that's Bach. I need a Bernie song. Right. So you need to send me something that you like that Bernie has played. Guys, and again, if there's anybody out there that would like to send me a link to Bernie's YouTube channel, any song that is one of your favorites that you'd like to hear, okay, feel free to do so. And of course, if anybody has anything they'd like to share or anything they'd like to ask, if you're not updated, please feel free to write it in chat. How are you doing, ISO? ISO, would you like to send me a Bernie song that you'd like to hear? So guys, we are $700 away from our goal. And we've got 3 days left to go. I am going to definitely try to come back on tomorrow to see whether or not we can get a little bit closer to that goal. Because Thursday Bernie's gonna have his procedure, and then I don't know, we're no longer subbed, Recoil. We haven't been subbed for like almost a year. Yeah, so we don't have that anymore. It's just donations. And since Bernie's not able to stream, where over the past 6 weeks we've been, you know, doing the weekly donations, the weekly updates with everybody, letting you guys know how he's doing. Recoil, if you have a song on YouTube that you'd like to hear, we could certainly play it for you. Anybody who has a Bernie request, feel free. I got a Joker request. Let's see what Joker would like to hear. Okay.
For everybody, but especially for H. Lear.
Good night, Face. Thank you. Oh, thank you so much, Firefly. Long time no see. Thank you, Firefly. I appreciate that. Hiya, Blair's. Exclamation followed. Thank you so much, ex Carlos. Yeah, it's off center. Maybe, yeah, it looks a little off center. It's driving you crazy? Okay, let's see if we can fix it. It's probably the camera. Yeah, I'll get after the song. I'll give you some, Nell. Okay. Let me see if I can fix it. Wow, long time, Crat. Wow. That was a beautiful Kingdom Hearts version. That was really, really nice. For anybody that came in a little bit later, what's going on? Yeah, I agree, Joker. I agree. He's not doing well. He's not getting better. He's getting worse. He's got to go back to the doctor on Thursday. Thank you. Go back to the doctor on Thursday to see if they can expedite his second heart surgery. So that's the update for this week. And we are trying to we've got 3 days left to get to our goal, but now Thursday's out because he is going to be at the doctor. So I hope that I'll be able to come on back again tomorrow, because we have to pay our bills, and we are very, very much relying on this goal to help us through for a little while longer, to pay our rent and pay our insurance and pay our phone bill and pay our internet bill and pay for food and pay for insurance and pay for all the things we got to pay for. And with Bernie not being here, it's certainly not an easy task. And again, from the bottom of my heart and Bernie's, we thank you so much for everybody who has been continuing to be so generous and so supportive and so kind. We really, really could not manage without all of you. I was hoping for that today, Poop. He was. This one's 2 years old. Hi, Emmett.
And now of the Lord. And I did it my
That's always a really hard one to listen to. Poop Thought. Really, really, really hard one to listen to. When I was watching that video, I gotta close this door 1 second, guys. Can't deal with pupper barking now. Faceless had a song played a little bit earlier that was 7 years old and showed Bernie looking as handsome and as debonair as he did. And this one, he was wearing a tank top and his arms were like mad robust and beyond, hiya Ricky, beyond muscular, and it was only 2 years old, and now he's lost so much weight and his arms got so thin, and the exercise that he would normally get from playing and build up his muscles and whatnot kept him looking so energetic and so young and so vibrant, and now he just looks so sickly. And you know, you tend to not necessarily remember until you see a picture. Like I see myself now in the chat and I'm like, oh God, boy, oh boy, I need one serious makeover. But that's what stress does to you. And that's what being scared and nervous and negativity and fear more than anything else, it adds big time age. Cora, he got really sick 6 weeks ago today. It's actually 6 weeks ago today, where he was having chest pain, chest burning, and we took him to the doctor, and he needed emergency surgery. And after that, he continued to not do well, and then developed, am I seeing correctly? Oh my God, Andreas, that is like, I'm like, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. That is like what just absolutely I am speechless. I am like beyond the words of completely and utterly speechless. That was extraordinary. This whole community of people that we have been fortunate enough to experience all of these years, and many of you are, stop it, Sherry, many of you are one of our very, very, very first people, like Poop Thought, who's been with us since the beginning of time, and Joker and Mr. Lager, and so many people have, even if they don't come every single stream or we don't see them, so true, 78. Skin is here 4 years and 8 months, you know, when times are rough. People come through, people who truly care, people who have good intentions, people who want to do what their heart tells them to do for no other reason other than doing what's good. And those are the people that we have to remember in our life. Those are the people that make all the difference in the world. Yeah, we've got a lot of bad people and a lot of negative people and a lot of problems, no question. But when we know that the good ones are out there too, it makes all the bit of difference. All the bit of difference. Yeah. We all have to really pray that regardless, doesn't matter if you believe in God, you don't, you're an atheist, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what your faith or your spiritual beliefs are. But we have to really try to just hope and pray that someday, when that day will be, as I say every stream, only God knows. I surely don't. The doctors don't. Only God knows. I hope that one day soon, even just one day, that he'll be able to come down here and thank all of you for everything that you've been doing during the worst experiences that we've had health-wise. Certainly the worst experiences Bernie's had health-wise since he and I have been together, which is pushing, God willing, 34 years. Thank you so much, Ben. $95 to go, guys. Aren't they, Tixie? We're $95 to go, Tixie. Do this now, Sherry. Hiya, Molly. Thank you, Ben. That was beautiful. Thank you so much for that, Poop Thought. Thank you so much for the donation. Living in the middle, I don't know if you are still here with everything going on. My head's not in the best of places right now, but I just want to give them a super duper shout out for hosting us before. Very, 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 very kind. Poop Thought, what was the name of that last song? I'm lucky I remember my own name right now. I could find it in his whisper. I'll tell you. Oh, it's an Einaudi, Giorni. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Can somebody find me, right. Can somebody find me a River Flows? I would love to hear. Oh God, I haven't heard Bernie play River Flows in like ages. Can somebody find a Bernie link to that? Wow. And guys, please feel free to hop on his YouTube and pick any favorite song that you have that you'd like to hear. That's right, Tixie. We got 77 to go. Absolutely amazing, amazing people have been with us today. Who can find me a Bernie River Flows on YouTube? I'm sure it's there. It has to be one from Bernie's YouTube. Go to Pianoimproman. I think Poop Thought may have found it. Thank you. Here we go.
But I need to get some great sounds out here.
Wow, this one is 5 years old. Wow, thank you, Poop.
This is going to be a hardcore River Flows for you. Totally, it'll sound like many different rivers flowing into each other. And who knows, I'm going to try to get really spacey on
We're
this.
gonna have to highlight this one too, Evie.
Okay, maybe.
No problem, we'll enjoy it. You could send me a Final Fantasy, sure. Oh my God, Andreas. Oh my God. Sure does. This entire stream is going to go up on YouTube because it just simply has to. Aside from the talking, aside from the playing, aside from everything, but showing the world, not just the country, not just a state, but showing the entire world that there is such goodness out there.
Is this for Susan? I think Susan would like it a little slower. There were bells on the hill, but I never heard them ringing. Though I never heard them at all till there was you. There were birds in the sky, but I never saw them ringing. Though I never saw them at all till there was you. And there was music, and there were wonderful roses. They tell me in sweet, fragrant meadows. there was love all around, but I never heard it singing. No, I never heard it at all till there was
Thanks, Susan, for the cheer.
There was love all around, but I never heard it singing. No, I never heard it at all till there was you.
Oh, hiya, Aaron Westwood. Sorry that you're coming at the very end.
Thank you so much for that, Greasy. That was absolutely beautiful. For any of you who came a little bit later on today asking what happened to Bernie, 6 weeks ago today he got very sick, and he was having a feeling of burning in his chest, and we took him to the doctor, and he needed emergency heart surgery. And then a couple of weeks ago, we were back in the hospital because he's having stomach problems. He has what's called diverticulitis, which is an inflammation of the colon. And today he finished a 2-week course of antibiotics. And we go back to the doctor on Thursday, and he has to have another test done to see when he's going to be having the next heart surgery, because there's another part of his heart that has 60% heart block. The first one had 99% heart block, and now this one 6 weeks ago had 60%. So we're hoping that it's not more by this time. Don't know when he will be back. He's home now. Yes, he's home. He's in bed a good portion of the time. He's not able to play. And after we go back on Thursday, we'll have more detail, more idea of what's happening, and I will try to see if I can't stream. Thank you, Meph. If I can't, or if we have to go to the hospital, I'll try to tweet something. Please make sure that you follow him on Twitter so that you know what the status is. You can always send me a whisper. I check my whispers all throughout the day. You can Facebook Messenger me, and we could communicate that way. You can send an email to pianoimproman@gmail.com, and there are all kinds of ways if you're not sure or if you haven't been able to find out how he's doing. Always a way to get in touch with me, because I always check and always connect with everybody. I'm gonna play the last song for tonight, guys, and I cannot again express my love and gratitude to everybody that made today's stream nothing less than a heartfelt blessing.
Bernie, do you know who's here?
1 minute. You don't mean
I do.
John Cena! You know who was really supposed to be in Star Wars, and they didn't let him in? John Cena!
That was the night of all nights, everybody. That was the night where we had 57,000 people visiting us. A night to never forget, just like tonight. Thank you all from the bottom of our hearts. We love you. And hopefully, he will see you soon. Good night.